Hello everyone, it's Annie and I'm here today with the end of the year book tag. So this is a book tag that we do at kind of fall times that we transition to the end of the year and the winter, and we talk about some of our favorite books and books that we're still looking forward to, and I have a lot of great things to talk about today, so let's go. So the first question is, are there any books that you started this year that you still need to finish? So I'm a little embarrassed about this, but it's One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Now, I read halfway through this book, and then the person that gave this to me as a gift, I had a falling out with, and I did not feel like continuing it, and I still haven't continued it. But it's so good. Like, I know it's going to be a 5-star, so like I almost feel like I don't even need to read it because I already know that. But I will definitely finish it because it's just so sad sitting on my shelf half finished. There are also a couple others like The Sunbearer Trials by Aiden, what's his name? Which was a very exciting new release that at the time I just couldn't get into, so I am taking a break from it, but I am definitely going to finish it. And then there's Amari and the Night Brothers, which I don't think is for me. I just am not into like the magical school middle grade style, but I think it's a very good book. So I've just heard such great things, so I don't want to DNF it. Like, I want to finish it because so many of my friends love it, but just not right now. So hopefully I will finish those, but if not all of them, definitely this by the end of the year because I really need to. Okay, next question. Do you have an autumnal book to transition to the end of the year? Yes, I have tons. If you've watched my October TBR, I am reading a ton of gothic, witchy, autumnal vibe books in October. So there's a lot, and you can watch that video. I have it pinned up there, but the really standouts that I really want to read are first, Dracula, the original vampire, very gothic, very Victorian, fall vibes, definitely fits and is a great transition book. And this is going to be my first time reading it, so I'm very excited. And then we also have The Hacienda, which is a gothic book set right after the Mexican Revolution. And it has some Rebecca vibes, although I've never read that. But it's definitely has that kind of fall vibes, and it's about this mansion, this hacienda that has something strange going on, and the main character has to figure out what's going on, and is she safe or is she isn't, that kind of thing. So fun, I love it. And then another one that I'm super excited about just came out. It is called House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson, I think is her name. She wrote The Year of the Witching, which I read last year and really, really loved. This is an adult book, while The Year of the Witching was YA. And this is about a blood maid who signs up to work for this vampire. That's all I know about it. My mom actually saw that I took this out of the library and she read it before I got the chance. And she really liked it, but she said it was really strange. So I'm very much looking forward to this, especially because I know I really like Alexis Henderson's writing. So very much looking forward to all of these autumnal vibe books. Okay, next question. Is there any new release that you're still waiting for? And yes, absolutely there are. I have a whole video about my October, November, and December most anticipated releases that you can watch up there, but the 3 most exciting ones for me. First, Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell. I adored Winter's Orbit. That is one of my favorite books. Great sci-fi romance, great world building, very much political intrigue and slow burn. It was amazing, and it was absolutely a 5-star, one of my favorite books of last year. So I am so excited for Ocean's Echo. I have it pre-ordered. I am just so excited to read it. It comes out, I believe, November 1st, so not that far away. I cannot wait for this. I don't really know much about it, but she just is such a master at sci-fi world building and political intrigue, so I am really excited for this. And then we have 2 romance books, contemporary romances. First, we have How to Excavate a Heart which you may have seen the author all over TikTok promoting this book, but this is a Jewish holiday sapphic romance, and first of all, this cover is just the cutest thing I've ever seen. I'm usually not a contemporary romance person, but I just feel like I'm going to really like this, and it would be really interesting to me as well to read a holiday romance featuring two Jewish main characters. That's something I've never read, and I'd really like to read that. And also another contemporary romance is, oh, that one was YA, this one is adult. This is called Kiss Her Once for Me by Alison Cochrane, I think her name is. She also wrote another LGBT romance, but this one is sapphic. And it's about a girl who is fake dating, I think, her coworker and then falls in love with his sister. So like it's kind of tropey, but this cover just really caught my eye, to be honest. It just sounds adorable. It sounds really good, and it's getting really good reviews from people who have read arcs of it. So I'm really excited about this to get me in the holiday mood. Okay, next question is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? I have a little more than 3 books, but we're just gonna pretend it's 3. First of all of my Found in Translation book club picks, I'm just gonna rattle them off really quickly. You can see more about them in this video. They are Sanak, When I Sing, Mountains Dance, or When I Dance, Mountains Sing, I can't remember, and Portrait of an Unknown Lady. These are all books in translation, so I'm super excited to read them, and they're all really short, so I'm very excited to finish out the first year of the Found in Translation book club with these picks. Then I have Thistlefoot, which I got from Book of the Month because I just could not resist this delightfully fairy tale-esque Baba Yaga cover. This just seems like the most perfect dark fairy like fantasy book ever, and this is inspired by Jewish folklore, and I'm just so excited to read this. This feels also very autumnal vibes. I actually don't know much about it except what I just said. It follows the Yaga siblings who were estranged from each other by resentment. But when called to receive a mysterious inheritance, the siblings are reunited only to discover that their bequest isn't land or money, but something far stranger, a sentient house on chicken legs. That's just so cool. I love the story of Baba Yaga, and I am very much here for this. But wait, we're not done. In December, I am going to be reading the entire Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin because it has become kind of a tradition on my Booktube channel. Last year, I read the Jade War trilogy or the Greenbone Saga trilogy, and then the year before that, I read the whole Poppy War trilogy. So it's kind of become a tradition for me to read a really popular fantasy trilogy in December and make a vlog about it. So I'm super excited for this. This is my first N.K. Jemisin as well, so I'm doubly excited for that. And I've just heard such amazing things about this. I know that she kind of plays with POVs, like there's a second POV in here. I've heard that the main character is really cool. She's like an older lady, which you don't really see too often, especially in sci-fi and fantasy. And I've just heard that her world building is amazing. And I really have to read an N.K. Jemisin, so I'm very, very much looking forward to reading this whole trilogy. Okay, last one for this question, I promise, is a nonfiction book, or a collection of essays really, called Making Love with the Land by Joshua Whitehead. And I am just extremely excited about this. I bought this like immediately when I saw it from my library. It is described as a moving and deeply personal excavation of Indigenous beauty and passion in a suffering world. So Whitehead explores the relationships between body, language, and land through creative essay, memoir, and confession. And it also says that its prose is evocative and sensual, unabashedly queer, visceral, raw, and autobiographical. So this just sounds extremely interesting. I've always wanted to read a Whitehead book, so this is definitely one that's on my radar that I really want to read before the end of the year. Okay, second to last question is there a book you think could surprise you and become your favorite book of the year? Yes, but I don't think it will be a surprise. This is a book that I have been anticipating since last year, and it is The Stars Undying. And this is a sci-fi or space opera retelling of Julius Caesar and Cleopatra's lives. So it's all a retelling of that history and these historical figures in a space opera setting with tons of political intrigue and queerness, and it just sounds like something that was written for me. Like, that is entirely up my alley. Like, if someone says, what does Annie like, this is a book that they would produce. So I am just so excited about this. So I don't think it would be a surprise if it was my favorite book of the year. I really hope it is. I really hope it's a 5-star at least. I mean, that would be very sad if it wasn't, but yes, this is absolutely one of my most anticipated releases of the whole entire year. And the last question is, have I already been making reading plans for 2023? And surprisingly, no. I usually am really far ahead with my reading plans, but I am just incredibly busy at the moment. I've been going to grad school and working 2 jobs, and I am just really swamped with everything, so I haven't been planning that much. I am hoping to do Linguathon again and hopefully continue the Found in Translation book club. However, I have been planning a little bit my anticipated releases of January, February, and March video for 2023. And that video will be released in December of this year. So definitely look out for that video if you're looking for awesome new releases that are coming next year. So that is it for this really fun end of the year book tag. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this tag, definitely do it and link your video down below so I can give it a watch. And if you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel for more bookish videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye!